Yes, guys, JOEBILINE here. No spend for FIFA points till the bugs are resolved. I know I'm already free to play this year, but this is a great cause and it's glad to see what's happening. You may be wondering what I'm talking about right now. You may have seen on Twitter at joebilineHD. You may go on Reddit on the FIFA Mobile Reddit forums r/footmobile. You may just be on Twitter and you've seen other people talking about it. You may have logged in this morning to the game, gone to the leaderboards on the leagues and seen every top 10 on the list for a start. Obviously you can only see the top 250. There's a lot of leagues and you're thinking, why are all these leagues, why all of a sudden on the hashtag it's got hashtag no dollar for bugs? Well, the community have had enough. The community are revolting. The community have said it's time to stop, because I think we can all agree that this game isn't what it once was. We've seen improvements in some aspects each year, but we've also seen no improvements whatsoever. Digression, the list goes on. I won't go through it all. I will raise my points. I will raise awareness for this cause. I've already vowed to stop spending several months ago. Towards the end of season 2, they said, season 3 I'm not spending money anymore. It's just not worth it. I said I would only spend if there was offers that presented themselves as value. So last season we saw a couple of offers that definitely were of value, like the end of Ever Pass for £1. During Retro there was a couple of things that was like a £5 or a £10. And there was occasionally packs for like a £5 or a £10 that were good value. But this year we've not seen anything like that. The game has just continued to grow in terms of expecting as much money as possible. The way the game is now, I mentioned this in the video a while ago, you either need to spend lots or not spend at all. If you only spend a little bit, if you're a mild spender, there's not really any advantage to that. You're not going to get much more. And there's just nothing going on. So, what's this hashtag about? The top players, casual spenders, free to play, we're all uniting right now because we love this game. We want to love this game. We've loved this game. And we want the game to be better. We want it to be treated better. To see ourselves valued. To know the time and the resource we're investing will be worth it. We want to be heard. The community aspect from EA has got less and less. Obviously we used to have official community managers, interactions on the official pages. This isn't even about the game change. There was the game change program. Obviously I'm in it, so I've got like a biased viewers going about it. I'm still in the game change program for other EA stuff. But obviously they got rid of the EA Game Changers program for mobile because they didn't value our feedback. They didn't think our feedback was fair on them when we criticised them and whatever, and strategy and spending. They just decided that they didn't want the Game Changer program for mobile anymore. They cut off all ties. Obviously we got grants and we got trips and stuff out of it. But it allowed me to get content out to you guys quicker. Especially, like, pack openings were nice, but I was never that. I mean, if you ever watch my pack openings, you can see I never really cared too much about pack openings, but what I did enjoy from it was getting access to doing player reviews, because I love doing player reviews, especially in Season 1, it was great. The game so much now, it's just valued out, and I don't enjoy the game as what it once was. There's just too many bugs that continue to go, and one of the things that annoys me, like, take for example recently, the Player of the Month issue. For some reason they decided that Player of the Month prices could scale, and this month's Player of the Month was 1,500 points. They quickly revolted and reversed that decision back to 1,000 points and gave refunds, and they gave people the 500 points back if they had spent the 1,500. But there's been numerous times like this where they go back on their word, give people back. But what about the people who have spent cut money? Look at me. I've been on 1,394. If I was still a spender, if I was still buying FIFA points and stuff this year, I most definitely would have bought a bunch of Player of the Month packs until I had 1,500 to get Pogba. As I'm not a spender anymore, I didn't. But if I had, I would have been out of pocket. There's no drawback for people who had spent money to get them extra points. And it happens the same numerous times. There's numerous situations where the only people that ends up messing over are the people who are paying towards the game, to keeping the game running. Obviously, lots of people have got issues, stuff like no coin packs anymore. I know they've basically changed what coins are, and coins aren't really stuff. But anyway, from February the 11th, that's tomorrow, up until March the 11th, every spender that will take part in this protest will not be spending any money on the game and its offers during this time frame. Every top league who has joined, so everyone, all the top leagues who have signed up to this, are all vowing to not spend for at least a month. Some may continue after, maybe after a month for no spending, they'll be like, we don't really want to spend anymore. Not worth it. Maybe we'll see change and people will be happy to spend again. But you can see here, and if we jump over to first attack, where you look at, say, the full leaderboard, you've got players here. Loads of them are in leagues. Like the majority of the people clogging up these leaderboards are vowing not to spend. The majority are vowing not to spend. The majority of our league have stopped. There's a few that we can't get in contact with or not, because you're probably wondering about Real Madrid at the top. We don't really have contact with Real Madrid. We have, obviously, we don't really talk to him chat, and he don't really speak to him much. He just sort of gets on by himself. So I haven't really been able to get confirmation from him yet. We're hoping he gets on board because there's the person top. But there's so many here, and you got to think, if there's that many people at the top who are big whale spenders, is that going to affect it? Is that going to be enough? Obviously, we know there's like lots and lots of players in this game, lots that don't touch the community, that spend little amounts and then stop playing, and that helps. But there's just people signing up everywhere that matter. So spread the word, share as many players as possible on Twitter, wherever you are, Facebook, wherever. Talk to your league admins, see if everyone in the league wants to get hashtag #NoDollarForBugs. Now, hashtag #NoDollarForBugs, as much as it works in the game and stuff, on Twitter it doesn't, because the dollar sign's used for cryptocurrency and stuff, so it breaks up and shares, so it breaks up the hashtag, so that doesn't really work on Twitter. Decrease your playtime, potentially. If you can play less, play less. Developers know how much we play with the game, and they'll see we're interacting less. Refrain from spending, spread awareness. What's on purpose? Like I say, I'll leave a link to the Reddit where it goes in along, but communication, transparency, game design, it's very well out. I won't bore you with all the details in the video because it's already getting to about 7 or so minutes. But sign up, join the cause. We want a better game. We want to have fun playing this game. The game's got boring. The game's got monotonous. It's the same thing repeated every day. It's not the game it once was. They've gave us fancy graphics, but graphics mean nothing if the gameplay and the game isn't fun. Fix FIFA. Make FIFA Mobile great again. Peace.